Got a car low now. Got one inside. All right, clear outside.
Sorry, Juan, I got smashed up into you. Okay, hopefully we're good. I tried doing this before and I was muted. So you saw there at the beginning, things happen. I'm doing this a little different. I was kind of salty there. Came up, there was contact there. Not going to deny it. 100% there was contact. That was a rub, son. Rubbin's racing. I don't know what to tell you. Rubbin is racing. There was a little rub. If you watched in the mirror, after we made contact, he stayed in the throttle. If we would have just feathered that throttle, dude would have went right on by because I was still feathering the throttle. But it is what it is. You can go back, watch it over and over. I had 3 people send me their views, and you're going to see I get hit a lot harder. In this, one of the times I get hit a lot harder than that in the same exact spot, and I just worked my throttle. So we're not going to hang on that a whole hell of a lot. It was a great race. A lot of great talent in this league. Had a blast. Probably the most fun that I've had in a NASCAR league race in quite some time. So here we're sitting 4th. We qualified up towards the front, 4th, I believe is where we started at. Good qualifying for my second time in these cars in about 3 years. 2 years, 3 years, probably about 3 years, yeah. Had a test run at Indianapolis in another league that I'm going to be running on Monday nights, I think it was. The Adrenaline Racing League. That was this past Monday. That was the first time that I've driven these cars in about 2 or 3 years. So I'm getting back used to these ones. We had a caution there. Going back to green, 11 laps left in stage 1. We're good on fuel for the end of the run. There's Daytona up to the top of us there. Frankie Mania. He found himself up front. You see, Daytona got hit the same thing. Turn 1. Daytona had the common sense to let off the gas. Made a little contact there with 77. 3 wide right there. It got pretty sketchy on some of these restarts, but that I've seen them for the most part. You see how hard I got hit there by the 3? I let off the throttle. That's all you got to do. Just got to drive smart. You know, it ain't like the 3 went, oh, I'm going to go up there and smash him. You know, and that's not what I said when I hit the 1 or rubbed the 1. That's one of those things. Rubbin's racing. Just go on, get on with it. So stage 1 here, we didn't have the greatest run. Like I said, I was getting back used to these cars. Like I said, like 2 or 3 years since I've even raced these things, except for that test run at Indianapolis. But I think it was Monday or Tuesday night. I think it was Tuesday night, actually. Yeah, it was Tuesday. Ready to just fall into line here. Getting used to these cars, getting used to the people that I'm going to be running around. The 8 car was extremely strong. We were strong. The 1 car was strong. Even though we had some problems with 1, maybe a little controversy, whatever. 1's still fantastic. He is a good driver, and I don't have anything ill will against him. It's just, you know, in these videos, I try to explain my views and what have you, and that's all this is. You know, I'm sure we'll go on to Richmond next week and probably have a good race. But a lot of good drivers in here. Like I said, the 8, the 1, the 37, the 17. There was several cars, Outside 88.
several drivers that did really good. Excuse me. There you see, I haven't driven these cars in a while. So I ended up getting high going through the tunnel turn there. The tunnel turn is actually one of my strong suits here at Pocono. And right there, I just messed up. But, which, I mean, it happens. We actually get up and move up a couple positions here, I think. I remember I had to cut some of this out because it gets kind of boring. I'm looking forward to next week at Richmond. Richmond's a track that kind of hit and miss for me. I'll have a good race at Richmond, then I'll turn around and have just an absolute disastrous race there. It's probably my least favorite track on the game, but yet once in a while I'll do okay. So we'll see next week. You see right there up there on the leaderboard going through the tunnel turn. Gain a 10th on them right there. Somebody's doing some mowing up there. Then I start doing some mowing, some free landscaping. Right there, gained 4/10 from the tunnel turn to right here. Gained a half a second. Then once I catch that draft, then we end up sitting real good. I knew I wasn't going to catch the leader. There wasn't enough time for that. Turn 1 was probably my worst part of the track. Just for some reason, I couldn't get 100% feel for turn 1. But when you don't race a certain car for a long time, it kind of happens. So I get a pretty good run right here.
Looking low, 88.
I mean, this is where 62 goes to the grass. Yep. Yeah, it's like he got stuck right there, and I just stayed on the yellow line. I was like, please don't come up.
Got a car high now.
Yeah, once you get hung out of that draft, you got a few cars drafting up beside you. They're gonna go flying by you pretty easily.
Down low, 34.
Very big draft track.
Clear high, bud.
34 and I'm doing a little bump and grinding, doing a little romance onto the Long Pond stretch. I think this is called the Long Pond stretch right here, right? Between 1 and 2. Here I get a huge run. I'm trying to turn it down. Wasn't quite able to turn it down to get underneath the 34. No harm, no foul. If there would have been anything right there, it would have been more damage done to me than to him. Rhino, I believe his name's Rhino. He had a pretty good run. I think he ends up towards the front again. So there was a mixture of a lot of cars up towards the front the whole race. And here comes 81 with a big head of steam.
All right, you're clear.
Give him plenty of room. He gives a 34 the business.
We're 4 wide. We're 4 wide.
See that? The 34 went up the track, got hit, turn 1, went up the track. He probably just let off the gas a little bit. Some more free landscaping. Ooh, right in the back of the 32. Like I said, I am really rusty with these cars. With the 2022 cars, I call them the NASCAR Formula One cars because there's so much downforce to them, and it doesn't take a whole lot of talent to drive them. There, the 34 did some landscaping, but if we were in those cars, I probably could have driven around those cars right there pretty easily when they messed up and set sail. I thought I edited a lot of this out because this gets pretty boring right here. This is just settling in, driving. Nothing really big happens here. I could have swore I edited this out.
They're drafting
not.
up there at 32, so if we might be able to catch them if we work together here.
It was kind of a long race. What is it? 42 minutes and 31 seconds, and that's with editing all the cautions out. Still ends up being a long race. It was a long night. Had a good time though. Like I said, had a really good time. And I hate beating dead horses with sticks. Even though the one and I had that little issue, and it wouldn't have been such an issue if he wouldn't have blasted his mouth off. The 42 washed up the track. No, sorry, dude. The 42 was in the racing groove and was the lead car. and you were on the rear quarter, which means, sorry about it, but move up. There's contact, just bump the throttle. I mean, he's a good driver, but he did complain quite a few times. I heard him complaining about stuff.
All clear.
There's an incident coming up where I got blamed for the 62. 62 is another guy. Good wheel. He's kind of his driving style kind of reminded me of Ross Chastain, and I am a Ross Chastain fan, so don't take that the bad way. 62, what is it? Sprint car, right? Sprint car 27. He kind of reminds me of Ross Chastain. Pretty aggressive, but you know, he ain't out there being a fool. But the 62 full sends it into one of the corners. There you see, I just edited out the rest of that. He does a full send in one of the corners, and I remember him going, the 42 was all over my ass. And no, I wasn't. He probably saw on the leaderboard that I was like 0.0. Here we go. Big wreck.
All clear.
And boom. So big wreck right there. Took out a few cars. Looks like probably, I would say,
We're going green.
4 to 5 cars got some heavy damage. The 95. Look at all that damage. But once you pay attention right here, we are back right here, 21st position. And as there I got it highlighted, 21st position. And there's a lot of people. There was one person in particular. He was crying when he had to go to the back.
Still there.
I shouldn't say crying. I don't want to be known as a salty talker
All
guy.
right, you're clear.
But the thing is, you know, if you get in that position where you go towards the back, just work your way to the front. Take it easy, smooth, steady. Plenty of race left. There's Rowdy up towards the top. Look like he got the wall a little bit there going in the tunnel turn.
Down low 4.
Careful.
I just keep it down low. Make sure I'm not hitting anybody.
Down low 95.
Don't go flying
You
into the
already got
corners,
somebody
driving
behind
over
you.
the edge.
Car high. Careful.
Just race smart. Try to keep in the draft where I can. I know that the cars up top, they're going to have the advantage, so that's what I do. I just work my way to the top.
Halfway mark.
So 21st to 13th in the first lap there. Heavy draft here.
All clear.
And a lot of league racing is experience. You know that at least half the field on corners like this, 20, I got the 20 there. That is definitely on me. I had a little help maybe from the 88, I don't know. I probably could have done more to avoid getting
Down
into
low
20 right
95.
there. But a lot of this is just experience. Knowing that on tracks like this, probably half the field is going to wash up the track in certain corners. So just make sure that going into a corner, you don't wash up. Stay down in the racing groove and you'll get a couple passes. So up to 8th, I think we got a caution coming up if I remember right. Yeah, we got a caution right here. So it's a manual caution that just came out.
Stay low. Stay low.
Restack them up. Daytona and I get an awesome start here. You can see we leave everybody behind. We timed that perfect. I gave him that nice little bump right there off the start. Going into the tunnel turn though. It's a tunnel turn that? Yeah, into the tunnel turn. Things don't go good for Daytona. I don't know if he was trying to block me here or I don't know. I didn't talk to him. You see, I go down low and then he comes down and you know, so he definitely wasn't his entrance for the tunnel turn.
You're good. I think
And he
you
goes
actually
up,
got
hits the
worst
wall,
end of
and
that deal.
he ends up losing a lot of spots. These guys are going to work the draft behind me. They're already in my draft. And I was really hoping Sprint Car would have worked with me right there and we could have had about a 4 or 5 car breakaway, but we already have a chance to take the lead, be the lead car. 8 car was so fast. He was He was impressive. There was 62 trying to break my draft, but I don't play the whole game usually of snaking up and down the track to try and stay in somebody's draft. You see right there, I'm not worried at all. You know, if you're within 3 to 5 tenths, I would guess 3 to 5 tenths, maybe 3 to 4 tenths of the car in front of you. Once you get up to speed, see there, I tried to a little bit, and then he goes back down, and I'm like, I ain't worried about it. I got a car come up behind me, he'll push me up to you. There, sprint car, he gets way up the track. He pulls it though. I mean, he made it work. Nice recovery.
Got a car high now.
There, I'm trying to get on this quarter of the one to try to slow him down. Jacob was able, the one car there, Jacob, he was really able to hold that high line going through the tunnel turn. He got me a couple times
All right, you're clear.
going through that tunnel turn. And here I just plain messed up right there. Tell you what, if first and second would have just hooked up right there, and right there, I was not expecting the 37 to go diving down to the bottom. I thought he was going to let off early and just try to take the spot from the 8 car. And I went down and I hit him.
Hold your line.
Just, it was one of those things I was not expecting that at all.
Clear low.
And somehow we ended up catching up already to the first and second place. Car felt really good through 3. Tunnel turn and tunnel turn and turn 3. Car felt really great. Turn 1, it just felt like ass.
Still there.
There I get a good run though through
Underneath your
turns
one.
1. Didn't work out real great for me, but I did get a good run. Back off real early there. I knew that we were,
Hold your line.
or I thought we were probably 2 or 3 wide going through there. We were definitely 2 wide.
Outside now.
And all this battling up here towards the front, we've allowed more cars to catch
Clear
us.
high, bud.
Everybody kept real good composure though. See, the one has the same point of view. He's like, I'm not going to go do that snaking bullshit. I probably entered a little too quick there.
Car there on the inside.
Kind of hurt my
All
exit
right, you're
speed.
clear.
You definitely tell the 62 likes to hold the lead. Trying to make sure nobody gets that draft.
Inside. All clear.
If anything, it probably hurt him. Because the one might have hooked up with him and tried to pull away on that draft. Instead, now you got cars coming up on you, and you're going to have more than just one car to worry about. Okay, now pay attention right here what I do. There. Bump draft on him. The reason why I do that is to try to get them side by side to try to slow them
High now.
down. See, look, there's a bump. Same bump that I did to him. Looked like he just feathered the throttle. The whole reason why the one car was so mad is because it was towards the end of the race. And
All right, you're clear.
he knew he messed up. Try to put that blame on somebody else. Worst person you could lie to is yourself. Like I said, he's a good driver. Really didn't appreciate the messages all the way through midnight last night, but whatever. Another caution here. I think I skip it.
Three,
Right?
driver.
Yep.
Be ready. Green flag.
I think we're still in stage 2, ain't we?
Outside. Hold your line.
Yeah, we're still in stage 2. 8 laps yet in stage 2.
All clear.
I think this is my first time racing around
Car
what would that be, the
outside.
6th
In the
car?
middle.
The Zoom.
Clear.
Zoom,
Clear
there
high,
I go.
clear high.
Yeah,
Car
there you go to the wall, bud.
All right, you're clear. Clear high.
That was the first time all race. I think I had raced around him, so. Yeah, at least he got a little bit of time up front, I guess. Oh, excuse me. Right there, I thought the one was going to hit the
I
wall.
thought one was hitting the wall.
So I actually went down a little bit. And the 8 ends up getting a good run here. Here comes
Careful, still there.
Grateful.
Outside, outside.
Is he the one in the? He was the one in the 37, right? He had a lot of speed. He was pretty impressive. A lot of speed, a lot of car control. I think right here just ends up being a 4-car breakaway. I probably should have just stayed in line. I probably, you know, looking back and watching this here, staying in line probably would have been my best bet. Well, looks like we probably end up having a 3-car breakaway. Something happened to 37.
Way to hold that, number 1. That was good, bro.
There was a couple things that happened here that makes me think
Working with you, 1.
that the
Working
1
with
and the
you.
8 are friends. I think the 1 pulls down the track and the 8 does too for draft. Or something happens. It was nothing dirty by any means. Nothing bad, nothing dirty.
Inside.
8 gets a hell of a run on me there. Right there. Right there it is. The 1 goes down the track to help him out. Like I said, it's nothing dirty. It's nothing bad. I'm not bitching at all. I'm just, it was one of those things that made me kind of think that they're probably friends. Which, you know, if I was up front, and I got some friends that race in here that I have raced with, Daytona, Rowdy, Dirt Slinger. If it would have been one of them in the same situation, I probably would have went down and helped them out too. Boom.
Yep.
Yeah, kind of boring right here. See, we got a 1.6 over 4th place. We're all right there. I get a huge
Down the
run.
way.
Wasn't expecting that. I don't know the
That
1
fast, sorry,
or
say
excuse me,
sooner.
the 8
You're all clear up top.
maybe got a little loose or maybe a little tight there.
Excellent lap. Good job.
See how fast I back off there? Back off pretty quick. We're not even to the we call them the cones yet. And I'm already backing off. Something that a lot of newcomers or people that don't get on here as much, what you got to remember is you got to back off a lot sooner, you know, when you go into these corners. Like without draft, when I get to the 3rd and final set of cones, and then it goes 3 cones, 2 cones, 1 cone. When I get to the 1 cone, I think that's where I'm usually letting off with no draft. I'm in the draft like I am right here. I'm getting pushed plus getting sucked up to the 1 car. Before I even get to the cones, I'm already letting off. I'm getting a really good run there. I wish I could have ran turn 1 like that all night. Jacob probably wishes too. And if Jacob watches this, I just want you to know, I mean, I ain't got nothing against you. It was not on purpose. Hopefully you watch this video and you can tell I'm not one of those guys that's going to go and destroy somebody. I'm not going to wreck anybody. It's just, if you ask me, it was a racing deal. 2 cars going for the same spot. If you would have feathered the throttle a little bit, you would have been fine.
Here you go, driver.
I never noticed that. I just noticed that. He dragged going into turn 1 right there. Usually we were up a lot faster than that. He dragged. I think Chandler might have fallen a little bit behind. Looked like he dragged a little bit. Gotta be about done with this stage.
You got 1 to go.
1 to go in the stage. As you see again right there, I don't do the whole going down the track. Now, if it would have been last lap, coming to the last lap of the end of the race, I might have done something. Right here, I messed up. I should have stayed hooked to Jacob's back bumper a little bit longer right there. Here, Jacob does a really good job holding that high side. Allows him and Chandler to go right on by.
Careful, still there.
Bump, bump.
Still there.
I got to slow way down right there. I didn't want to go and wreck them.
Top 5 that stage.
Good hold to that tunnel, turn 1.
So 3rd place in that stage. I think, what did I get in the first stage? 5th, I think. I mean, I'm not anywhere in the points championship. I think they're already on the race like 7 or something like that.
Got one down low now.
So I don't have a chance in hell of going to the playoffs or anything, but I'm not going to mess up their points. If I'd have wrecked them that right there, that would have been a really good reason to get mad. Stage points are very crucial. I don't know how the points work in this league. Now watch right here, the 37, boom. See how he bumps me up the track? Bumped me up the track. I didn't hit the wall. Work the throttle.
Yep.
So that's where I was talking about, where I get hit in the same exact spot. Now here comes the 62. Watch this. I think this is it right here. It actually gives me just a little bump there, nothing to be worried about. This is where he sends it. Notice where he's at. He's all the way down there. Goes in. This is where the 1 complains about hit. See, the 1 complained right there. I remember during the race. The 62 said, I had the 42 all over my ass. I wasn't all over your ass, dude. But the 1 had absolutely no reason to get butt hurt over that. I mean, that's rubbing. That's a little rub. Now, if the 62 would have went and knocked him way up towards the wall, knocked him way out of his line, then you got something to complain about. But the 62 rubbed you, brother. I don't know what to tell you. Ain't nothing wrong with a little rubbing.
Car there on the inside. Clear all around.
Pretty much the top 5 that you see right here, right? Chandler, myself, Sprint Car, Jacob, and Grateful. That was pretty much the most consistent top 5.
for the night, I think. You know, there were some others that would pop up there. But as far as consistent running top 5, it was pretty much what you see right there. I think there was that Rhino. I think he spent a pretty decent time. There was an Elder. I only know three of these guys, are and a gal.
Excellent lap. Good
So
job.
I'm learning all these names. But there was a couple that would
Yellow
show
flag.
up.
Be smart out here. Going green. Be ready. Green's out. Let's go. Outside, outside. Still there. Stay low.
There you see the car. My car was just getting really loose, really
Stay
jerky.
low.
I wasn't able to get back on the throttle when I wanted to at all. Chandler took off.
Still there. All right, you're clear.
No idea what happened to 77 there. He got too high and looked like he got to the wall. There you see the normal top 5 right here. Oh. Yep, there's an Elder. And then there I know. One thing I'd like to see is do a track like this, but turn off the draft. It's what I really like. I used to be in a league and we would do that. Like half of the races, we just turn the draft off. You get to really see, you know, who the I don't want to say best driver is, but I mean realistically that's what it comes down to. When you work the draft,
Excellent lap. Good job.
you can be somebody who typically runs mid-pack, and you can end up getting a top 5 finish just running draft alone, running off somebody's coattails. Like you see here, I'm gaining on Chandler the last couple laps, even though turn 1 I feel was my worst part of the track, and I ain't even drafting. You can see the blue ain't even coming up on the draft yet. There it just barely is as we go down in the tunnel turn. See how much I gain on. Looked like he got tight right there. There's no way in hell I was going to be slowing down, backing off right there. Get him just a little bit.
All right, you're clear.
Yeah.
I think I might have came out
Just
a
a
little,
little
bit
tiny
into you
rub.
there, Nate. Sorry.
And there you see Jacob. He's catching us.
Got a car low now. All right, you're clear.
Yeah, not too much to talk about right here. We're just settling in. 4-car breakaway. I wish it would have went green the rest of the way. That would have made it really interesting. I think I probably got past being the new guy into the group, the newcomer. You know, most of the time people don't like it when newcomers come in and and win on their turf. I get it. I understand it.
Yellow's out. Packard out.
Yeah, damn. That would have been fun to see what would have happened right there.
Coming to the green, driver. Be ready here. Green's out. Let's go. Car outside. Hold your line.
So 11 to go yet. 11 laps left. I mean, the race is basically just beginning still. If you realistically, if you think about it, there's so much that can happen. So just look how choppy I was. Turn 1 did not agree with me at all. It was like eating Taco Bell after going out on a drunk binger. Yeah, there I thought about blocking the 37. I went down just a little bit and
All clear. Inside.
realized it wasn't there. Made contact. That contact, even though the 37 hit my left side, that contact there was my fault. I thought he was going to run lower on the track.
Still there, 37.
And there I get hit. Just a little bump. Nothing to get upset over. And here we go. I think we go 4 wide here. And I think the 37 is the smart one and backs out. Yeah, the 37 says,
Still there.
Here we go. Bump in the same exact spot. You see that? All I did was just work the throttle. That right there proves you cannot be blaming me because you ran out of talent. That was the same exact bump to the T.
Inside. All clear.
Down low 3.
Stay low.
Down low 37.
That's a hell of a run right there. 37 still right there beside me. It wasn't quite able to clear him. He had that draft working for him. Right here, I want to get beside the 95. 37 had the same idea. If we would have came together, if he would have come up and I would have went down, I don't know who would have been at fault. I mean, it didn't happen, so it doesn't matter realistically. I think we both had the common sense to know. I don't know, but I'm guessing he probably looked down. Either that or he's racing the chase view and seen that I was there. Then I looked up, seen that he was there. But I wanted that draft off the 95 going into 1 really bad.
All clear.
And the 95 through, that was almost a late block right there, but nobody wrecked. We're good.
Let's work together, Frank.
I think if I would have went all the way to the wall right there to try to pass Frankie, I think he probably would have went to the wall with me. He was bound and determined to
Yellow
block.
flag. Coming to the green.
I think I get the 20 a little bump here.
Hammer down. Green's out. Got a car high now. 5 to go. 5 to go.
I think he slows down a lot or something. I don't remember. Maybe that was early in the race. I don't know.
Stay low. Stay low.
Yep, right there. Gave him a little bump going into 1. He's slowed down quite a bit. Doing a lot of feathering here. 95 all the way rubbing that wall. Slowed him down a lot. 1, 8, and I were able to motor right on by. See how much I pull away through the tunnel turn? That's why I say I would like to race without draft on. All right, here we go. Now I want you to pay attention to my mirror.
Down. Green's out. Car outside.
Remember when I got rubbed, how I just feathered the throttle and then kept it going and it was fine? After there's the contact, pay attention to in my mirror. He said that nobody hit me at all. Through this entire thing, he said nobody touched me. Okay, there's the contact. Look how much. He's still got a full lane up there. 62 hits him up into the wall. Now watch, the 34, the 62.
Got one inside.
Bam, I get hit.
All right.
It was at
All
this
right,
moment
Juan, I got
he knew
smashed up into
he
you.
was done.
Inside.
I think it's just the end of the race. He got pissed off. I mean, you could play it back. Play it back. And you're going to see he had a whole lane and a half. Then he sent me the view from his view. I don't think I could pull that up. Plus, I don't think the camera will even allow me to show it.
Got a car low now. All clear.
Will it even allow me to? No, you ain't gonna be able to see it. It's too bright. But I mean, I'm sorry you ran out of talent, dude. You can't handle a little rub here and there. I don't know what to tell you. Daytona almost had a run on me right there. But coming into the league, like I said, I haven't run a full race with these cars in probably about 2 or 3 years. Picking up a third, good points tonight. If I was in the points, getting a third place finish, I'll definitely take that. I was happy with the run. Again, I know I kind of sound like I'm being salty here, but as far as the one car goes, hopefully we can just move on. I wouldn't be making a big deal about this at all, except during public chat, he goes and runs. The 42 washed me up the track. 42 slammed me into the wall. No, I did not. And then messaged me till 12:30, 12:40 in the morning, blaming me. I mean, whatever. So, I appreciate y'all watching. Make sure you like, subscribe, all that other good jazz. And we'll see you at Richmond next week. Y'all have yourselves a great night. Great day. See ya.